Hi.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, hello. Beautiful people of the internet. How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. We're going to stay on the starting soon screen for a second. We're going to be here for a minute while we chat. But I'm here. We'll start streaming. We'll give dog treats out in a little bit. I'm here. I have a special guest here, which is why we're staying on the starting soon screen. She is just woken up from a very long nap. We'll see if she wants to say anything in the microphone. Elle, do you want to say something in the microphone? You want to say something? Say, Dada? Dada? Nope. Dada? Nope. Okay. How we all doing? Hello, hello. Hi Luke. Hi Danny. Hi Zuma. Hi Public. Hello Technotone. Hi Siege. Why does Automod hold the letter L? It always does that. It's because it's a very common very common I mean, you know, very common way to spam a streamer and make fun of them or like annoy them or an Automod is not very smart. Can't hit you with the L strimmer, L moment, L strimmer, L take, L gameplay. Typing L to give the mods more work. It's true. If you ever want to get around it, just type L, like, I know it's way too many letters. E-L-L-E. You know? Hi, Lexi. Hi, Hero. Please stop whining at me. I'm waiting until there's a camera to give you a treat. I know. Lay down. Wait. Hello. How are y'all doing? What's the command that roasts Ryan about his satisfactory progress? Probably... Oh, that's Churum. I was going to say Sekhmet, but Churum is the one about the progress. Yeah. I think it's how Evo spelled it. How we all doing? How's your day going? Happy Monday the 13th, 12:06 p.m. Eastern Time. Hello, I'm pausing my Ocarina of Time watch to visit, and I must say this playthrough is truly a gift. I had a lot of fun in today's Ocarina of Time video, which is not to say that I didn't have fun in a future one. But I think it's an episode that's coming out this week. No, how should I say this? There will be, I'll tell you this much. I'll give you a little Ocarina of Time teaser. There will be an extra, but don't get your hopes up, Ocarina of Time video this week. It'll be on Saturday. Why will there be an extra? Well, you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. So, no comment beyond that. I think I'll talk about it probably on like Friday's episode. I think it's Fridays. Is stream ever going to start? I am holding my daughter, and so I'm not going to change screens yet, but Megan is currently getting out of the shower. So we're just biding a little bit of time. Do you want to say hello to Mars? Can you say Neil Azram? Can you say Neil Azram? No? Weird. It's really weird. You were saying it earlier. El, can you say dingus? 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 Nope. You don't want to say that either? Okay, that's fine. A dingus? Nope. All right. How was your weekend, everybody? Welcome to stream. We're gonna talk. We're gonna chat for a little bit, and then we'll play some Satisfactory today. I'm excited to get back to it. And we've got a good week ahead of us. Some Satisfactory, some Ori. Gonna squeeze in an evening stream. We're just gonna get it. Next is I'm hustling. Sorry. Hey, chat. Can I get some H's in the chat as a way to say, Megan, don't apologize. It's Meg's first day off in Megan works a 5 out of 6 day stretch, and this is the day off. And she's apologizing for taking too long of a shower. I call bullshit. Weekend was all right. I finally had time to play some games, and I finished too. What did you finish? Nick, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. 4 months.
Great weekend here. Sledding with the kiddo. Hope everyone is doing well.
Oh, hell yeah. Zubly needs a sub. Zubly, I got you. I got you. Hopefully. Is this working? There it is. Let's go, Zubly. Played 1,000 times Resist. That's right. I saw that in the Discord. Encrypt Custodian. Has she started making da or buh noises? No. I mean, a little. Not like dramatically, though. What about Emma? She makes some. She's definitely increasing the amount of noises that she made, like the variation of the consonants in the last and vowels in the last little like in the last couple weeks. But I keep walking around and trying to get her to say ball, anything that starts with B. How old is Elle? She will be 8 months in like weekish. Almost 8 months. Ball was my first word. Is that true? Oh my god, she does really love what if her first word is bald? That's fucked up. That's really fucked up of you. You didn't say that was a reference to me, but I understood that it was a reference to me. I understood it. Hero, please just be patient. I am waiting until you can be on camera for the homies in chat. My baby just turned a year. Aww. Hero's teaching her about his favorite ball in secret. We literally are having not an issue, but we're having to watch playtime very carefully right now because Sorry, I just realized I'm probably way too loud because I had my microphone turned up from the indies. Because Hero likes to bring his ball. Hero's favorite toy is a ball. He brings it over to Elle. Elle grabs it and wants to chew on it, which we can't allow her to do because it's disgusting. And she wants to hand it back to him, which is cute, but Hero needs to learn to be gentle. So we're doing a whole bunch of very careful, monitored playtime to make sure Hero's a good boy. 8 months already is wild. You're telling me, Clampery. You're telling me. I can't believe it, dude. She's gotten so big in the last month or two. Like it's wild. It's truly wild. I can't believe how much how much bigger she is now and what she's up to now. And I love that. Some social media detox. I love it. Sounds great. I support you. Go for it. Time goes so fast. It literally goes so fast. It's really amazing. I will be honest with you guys. Okay, so unrelated story that is kind of related to what we're talking about. Make sure you're sitting down, chat, because this is about to blow your mind. I've been watching TV. Also, you guys can't see it right now, but Ella's just staring at me. She's like, who are you talking to? What are you doing? So I'm a season and a half in to The Walking Dead. I'm always sitting down around. All right, well, hold on for dear life then, Carly. So I'm a season and a half into The Walking Dead. And the reason that this is related, bro, The Walking Dead, that's what you chose now that you're finally watching a show? Don't give me this shit. I watched Severance season 1 earlier last year. I'm allowed to pick what I'm allowed to pick. Walking Dead has been great so far. No joke. Walking Dead has been great. Who are your favorite characters? Oh boy, we will get it. Oh boy, will we get into it. Oh boy. I'm loving it. But here's what's related. I don't know that I can watch TV anymore. I never did in the first place. If it features anything at all having to do with kids, parenting, danger, love, emotions, feelings, danger. Have I mentioned danger? I am a fucking mess, dude. I'm a fucking mess. I've cried like 5 times. I have been sick to my stomach. I've had to pause. I've had to the other day I was like sitting at the dinner table. Elle's just like playing with their little toy while I very quickly eat some pizza and I'm watching and I'm just like crying into my pizza like fucking already, but you didn't get to the terrible kid bits yet. Okay, okay, if we're going there, just, just a minor spoiler. No, it's good. It's good. It's just, I've gotten to some kid bits, minor spoilers for The Walking Dead season 2, but one of the kids is missing. One of the kids has been shot. They're making the decision about whether or not they want to bring a kid into the world. Quote that. You guys are all so fucked up. You're so fucked up for that. Hi, 2000 Pixels. How we doing? Severance has suddenly become all I can think about. Mars, that was me after I watched it. Oh my God. It was so good. Severance is amazing. Mars says it's amazing. Nobody will talk about it with me. Well, the new season comes out in like a week. Severance, it's so good. I can't wait. It's so good. It hits way too close to home when you become a parent. Here's the thing. It didn't hit. Okay, say bye, bye, bye. I did not change her diaper, so you may. But she was so happy. I was like, I ain't going to mess with it. I'll let mom do it. Yep. Say bye. Did you grab your passy? She had 2. Okay, I don't know where the second one is. I don't see it. It might still actually be in a room. I'm not sure. Anyways, bye, L. Bye. 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 He says, bye, chat. Hi, Trey Fungus. It's my first time catching you live and watching your Dark Souls Now Ori videos. Love your YouTube channel. Yo. Thanks so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Welcome in. Warm welcome. Ooh, gotta turn my brightness down because I had this on. I was making a thumbnail. There we go. That's better. Hi, everybody. First episode is this Friday. So not even a week. Not even a week. Hey, here's my next question. What's the Severance Season 2 release policy going to be? Does anybody know? Is it going to be all at once? Is it going to be once every week? 2 episodes a week? What's the deal? Anybody know? And if you're not on Severance right now, get on the train because that show is amazing. Season 1 was amazing. I have no idea what Season 2 will be like. Hey, Ryan, what's your wrist injury from? Shut it. Technically, it's a thumb injury. And no, it is not from what you are referencing. Weekly? Every Friday? Get me out of here. Get me out of this. I don't want it. I want it all. I want it all right now. That's fine, though. That's fine. But listen, I don't want to buy my Apple TV Plus membership for longer than 2 months. Here's the deal. Here's why I'm watching The Walking Dead right now, because I got a wrist injury. So for those of you who missed it, I got a wrist injury, and by that I mean a thumb injury. Actually, like Monday of last week. It's been like maybe Sunday of last week. It's been at least a week. But we were like hardcore. We were in the middle of prepping for the Indies. We were like, there was no time to be dealing with that shit. We were rushing to get the Indies taken care of. So I was doing a lot of typing, a lot of sitting at my desk, a lot of using my mouse. I was recording ahead for Ocarina of Time, which uses my thumb. And Meg thinks I have... I never know how to spell it. De Quervain's tenosynovitis. De Quervain's tenosynovitis. Dick veins? Tony's on one today. Tony's on one. Oh, yes, the N64 joystick syndrome. It could be. Jackinitis. I deserve this. I sowed these seeds for 5 years, and now I have a thumb wrist injury, and you guys are like, time to make it a dick joke. Exclamation. Joke. So basically, my understanding is it's like the tendons that control your thumb, that control like this movement, run through little like channels like right down here, sort of at the base of the thumb. I've aggravated those from overuse, and yeah, you playing multiple games on the Switch, right? It might be that. I honestly don't think so. I think it's just I mean, I'm sure that adds up to it, but this is not. I played more. Yo, Mars, thank you for the 100 bits. God damn it. I spent an absolute shit ton of time on my mouse, on like in the lead up to it. I'm sure also doing things on the controller wasn't helping, but no TTS. TTS has been down for a while. I need to fix it, but the Switch controller isn't very ergonomic. I mean, I'm mostly playing on this. I'm playing on 2 different controllers, and the controllers have not been what is seeming to cause me pain. I did, however, get a response on Twitter from somebody who was like, "Hey, I said I have wrist pain," and they were like, "Do you have de Quervain's tenosynovitis?" And I was like, because I got that after having a baby because of the way that you carry the baby and trying to do stuff on the computer and play games. And I was like, hey, that's exactly what I got. Oh, shit. That's exactly what Meg thinks I have. So yeah. But I rested it all weekend, and Megan worked all weekend. So all I did, which did not help my wrist or thumb very much, but all I did was fold some laundry, do some dishes, and try really hard to rest. I basically didn't touch my computer for a weekend. I iced, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it feels much better. I feel like I can actually hold the mouse. I can use a controller. I can, et cetera. So that's good. What's up? Oh shit, you're right. I haven't given him treats. Meg goes, the dogs are mad because you haven't given him treats. Hey dogs, you want treats? What can you do for it? I don't know. I'm not a medical expert, but I've got a brace coming in the mail. One that like specifically sort of immobilizes your thumb. I iced it. I took ibuprofen and Tylenol. Oh, you dropped it here. Did you get it? Okay, good boy. Here, you want to shake? Come here. Shake. Good boy. Shake. Good boy. Shake. Here. Lay down. Good boys. I bet you're going to make the injury worse throughout the week. I think that's possible. Yeah. I mean, if it's... I bet that's possible. Yeah. I don't know. We could switch the schedule for the week. Do you want me to? All right, guys. Fuck it. Schedule for the week was going to be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just streaming for as long on each of those days as I felt comfortable doing without causing pain to my thumb. However, because it's possible that I will be injuring my thumb, we're going to change the schedule for the week. Hold up. Let me just edit command, week, nothing. All right, see ya. It's been real. Thanks so much for watching today, and exclamation week in the chat, and we'll get out of here. Now I have to redo that. Don't worry, Tony. I copied and pasted it. I made sure you didn't have to redo it. Years ago, I broke a tiny bone in my wrist. It was horrible. Actually, this does remind me, Trey Fungus. I thought maybe I was having issues. I told Meg maybe I was having issues with an old injury because I broke the base of my thumb when I was in middle school. I broke it in middle school gym class. No, I mean, my plan for this week, just to get to this, is we're gonna try and stream every day. If my thumb doesn't hold up, my thumb doesn't hold up. We'll pause. We'll move to something else. We'll rest. We'll do whatever we got to do. But for now, we're gonna try it. How did you do that in middle school? I was actually in gym class. I was playing goalie in a soccer game. I went to reach for the ball. Other player kicked the ball from this direction, missed the ball, kicked my thumb, which was straight, sent all of these bones crashing down into my wrist, and I broke a part off of my my thumb bone because he, yeah, it fucking hurt. I was in a like a brace for most of the winter. Skill issue. You could just give up on controllers, become a PC and keyboard master race. Here's the thing. People keep saying that. I am having more pain using a mouse than I am a controller. I don't think the controller is my problem. It's possible, but I am having more pain using a mouse than I am a controller. So, and in fact, the pain started after I was using my mouse for about 14 hours a day working on indie stuff. So I don't know that it's controller. We'll see, but we'll find out. This will be our experiment for the week. We'll find out. Zubli's lurking because pizza's coming. Ryan just reached the core of a certain planet in my YouTube rewatch. Wait, what game are you watching? The core of a certain planet. Oh, that makes sense. Duh. That makes sense. A friend of mine had a similar injury, but it was caused by scrolling on their phone too much. They had to get a brace for about a week. Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, Evo. Let me tell you. Not to just keep complaining about this, but I spent most of my weekend being like, holy shit, there's no good way to rest a thumb. You just use your thumb for everything. Get it checked out by a doc. Get an ergonomic mouse if you didn't already. We're good, guys. We're good. I'm taking care of it in the background. I'm just here to complain, right? I appreciate you guys looking out. I'm on it. I'm tackling it. I'm also 32. At this point, I maybe it's just me. I don't think so. At this point, you also just sort of assume a less. My body used to be a blank slate, right? I swear, if Tony takes this one in a horny way. My body used to be a blank slate, and every injury was a little crinkling of that blank piece of paper, a little mark on that blank chalkboard. I'm 32 now. My chalkboard ain't been blank in a while. My chalkboard has seen better days. My chalkboard has been outside for a year, getting rained on. Kids rolling by just like scrolled on it, and somebody took a hammer to it. My chalkboard ain't blank. My piece of paper is wrinkled. I'm old. I'm getting older. Laughs in 45. Yeah. Anyways, how was your weekend? I watched a lot of The Walking Dead. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I also really disliked. It made me hold on to my daughter a little bit tighter. How was your weekend? What did you get up to? Have you watched anything else, Ryan? TV wise, no, just that. Mars goes back to teaching tomorrow, so today is blah. Oh, I am sure, Tony. I am. I know what you mean, though. Hi, girlie. Do you get the hiccups? Is that what I heard? She's just going. I finally took down the Christmas decorations. I need to do that. We need to do that. Does somebody want to come over and do it for us? Meg says. Don't listen to me talk about things we got to do. Go rest. Or not. I can watch her. Floppity Poppy. What a name.
Loving the UT playthrough inspired me to get back on playing it myself. Laughing face.
The OT playthrough. I love it. Thank you for the Prime sub, Floppity Poppy. Thank you very much. The OT playthrough. Why take out the Christmas decorations if you're just going to put it back in 11 months? That's a good question. I think part of it is, I think there's a lot of reasons. I think one of the bigger ones is your Christmas decorations just don't hit the same if they've been up for 11 months already. If they're up year round, they just don't hit the same, you know? Llama says, I started my first D&D campaign as a player yesterday. I was going to scroll up and read your message about me and my immediate family started a D&D game. We had our first session. Your brother is DMing. Hell yeah. Llama's also said, it's a real struggle trying not to wreck my hand with a job that uses a lot of mouse and stylus and having drawing as a hobby. The only time I've had discomfort with a controller is mildly injuring my ulnar nerve, having my elbow stuck in the same position forever. That makes sense. Oh my God! Speaking of D&D, I forgot to tell you guys. We pulled off the secret. We pulled off the secret on the secret surprise for Meg. Technotone, thank you very much for the Prime sub, by the way. So I told some of you guys about this last week, but I talked to our D&D group about doing a secret D&D session to surprise Megan with for her birthday, and it was a little bit after her birthday. But we returned to the very first campaign we ever did, Megan and I. First characters we ever played. We did Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is an incredible module that I really recommend. And we did like level 1 through level 8. And then we set those characters down, and we haven't played them in like a year and a half. Almost 2 years, I think. And I got the D&D group together. Shout out to our DM, Adam. He's a great friend and did all of the work for this. And he is like continuing the campaign once we go off module, off book, and came up with a whole like way to get our characters back into it, a whole continuing campaign, and we surprised Megan with it. I made her last Thursday. I made sure she like didn't plan anything, and then did you record her reaction? I did not. She was pretty excited though. But yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was really fun to return to those characters. It was a little weird to return to those characters because I hadn't played them in forever. I had to remember what they were like, frankly. But I think she enjoyed it, which was good. I know she enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it. But H is for sure. H is for sure. Witchlight is fun. Witchlight is fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad we did that as our first. It's a little funky to be doing a campaign that like features the Fey wild stuff so much as your first campaign, because there's plenty of like quote unquote like normal D&D that we just sort of skipped past. But Megan and I had both listened to a lot of D&D, so like I think it ended up working really well because we were just kind of thrown off the deep end into a realm where things are different and non-normal. It was kind of good. Kind of nice. Ryan, can you help me with something? Tell me to cancel class this entire semester. I'll tell the school my boss told me to. Hey Mars, you should cancel class the entire semester, but probably just do it like one class at a time. Just cancel the first one and be like, hey, sorry, super underneath the weather. Does it work? Excuse. Nice. 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 Oliver says my partner is prepping to DM that module. We'll be starting it later this month. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Why didn't we make that note? Feel free to. You can make it an alias. Just add an alias. Make it note, make it doctor, make it whatever you want. Make it all the above. Oliver, do you know what kind of character you're going to play? Oh my god, can I show you guys the most deranged thing? I know I said Tony was making things horny today, but I'm about to... Okay, listen. Listen. So for those of you who don't know, I think Northern Lion is like the funniest person on the entire internet. It's my favorite streamer. He's been streaming for literally forever. Just funny guy. Librarian, for those of you who don't know, the most recent Northern Lion lore. Northern Lion's been streaming forever. Recently, in the last 2 years, 3 years, a person called Librarian has started watching Northern Lion and creating like edits and supercuts. They're like just basically the lore keeper, the librarian, if you will, for everything Northern Lion. They're also one of the funniest people in the world. So long story short, I didn't see this moment on stream, but I did see this edit on Twitter of a moment from Northern Lion recently. And I watched it, and I showed Megan, and that was like, I have to show chat. I have to show chat. So enjoy. I never know how to intro anything Northern Line because it's just going to be off the wall, but whatever.
I could call up my mom and be like, hey mom, what's your experience with menopause? And she would just lay it out.
Also, major, like, not safe for work. If your kids are watching, turn off the stream for 2 minutes. Like, just turn it off. Like, not safe for work.
For me, she would tell me about the hormonal change. I could call up my mom and be like, hey mom, what's your experience with menopause? And she would just lay it out for me. She would tell me about the hormonal changes and the loss of bone density and stuff like that. And I would be like, wow, that sounds like it's hard. And she would say, yeah, it was an adjustment. She wouldn't be like, oh, I can't talk to you about gross stuff, even though literally you're made of my eggs and your dad's cum, and I squeezed you out of my pussy 34 years ago. It's biology, man. It's just skin and bone and flesh and tendons and sinews and muscles and mucus, man. What do you think you're made of, bozo? It's the same shit. Stop. A stork brought me down. A stork in a little blue bindle. They put me at my parents' doorstep. My dad definitely wasn't hitting it from the back with a fistful of her hair or anything like that. And he was going, where should I do it? And she was like, do it inside. And then he was like, are you sure? And then, come on, man, we're all adults here. I bet grandpa was just hitting the missionary, no big deal. Oh, so you like imagining your grandpa and your grandma like nose to nose while he's bumping up against their damn cervix, just looking into each other's eyes saying, I love you and stuff like that, whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears. Every once in a while, he like leans down and kisses her on the neck and she moans lightly in his ear. You like imagining your grandparents getting down with that, you sick fuck? I'm not asking you to like imagine it in vivid detail. That's your subconscious surfacing that for you. I'm simply saying they did it. Probably. Maybe they didn't, but they probably did.
The best moment of this entire thing, for me is the moment where you think he's gonna go like nasty with your grandparents, and instead he goes lovely. Like there's a moment where he's about to describe your grandparents having sex, and then instead he veers towards just like the most pure making love description. It's so funny to me. It's so funny. I love the edit where it's like an inspirational message. This is all the hi Jeff, how's it going? This is all the rage on TikTok these days. Is you take something that has no business being an inspirational
Greetings, good sir.
edit and make it into an inspirational edit. Mr. Fist, thank you so much for the 7 months. What a name, by the way. You've been subscribed for 7 months. Do I know that name? Did you change your username? I wonder who that is. RIP TikTok. RIP TikTok. Did you see his Riptide clip? Certified hum moment. I did not. You're gonna have to send that to me. Riptide clip. Who do you know who can use the word bindle in an everyday conversation? Oh, it was Fist hand. Gotcha, Mr. Fist. That makes sense. That makes sense. How you doing? Hi, Fist. Mr. Fist. How you doing? Anyways, I felt the need to show that to you guys just because I know you guys don't keep up to date on like what's going on with Northern Lion. Actually, let me show you one more thing. I know you guys don't keep up to date with what's going on with Northern Lion. I know I showed you this one.
Twisted.
You guys saw this one, right?
Lock in. Get it twisted? If you lock in, you can do anything.
Yeah, thank you for the prime sub.
Get it
27 months.
twisted. Your actions impact nothing. Your fate is predetermined. The only thing that you can change is your reaction to it. You can do anything you set your mind to. The world is a playground designed for you and only you to achieve your highest level ambitions. If you wait 90 minutes to wake up until you drink your first cup of coffee, nothing can stop you. If you duck
I just love the chat. Somebody typed Lisan Al-Gaib.
tape your mouth. When you fall asleep, nothing can stop you. Get it twisted. You are a pawn in a universe chess match. You mean nothing to God, if they even exist.
Anyways, you've seen that one. That was the most recent update on the Northern Lion side of things. But there's one more. Where is it? You guys are really gonna want to see this one. There it is. So anyways, that's the most recent news from the Northern Lion fandom. Just in case you needed an update on what that 34-year-old Canadian was up to. Zuma DM'd it to me. Okay. Should I watch this on stream or off? Sorry in advance. Why would you say that? We're going to watch that one off stream. We're going to watch that one off stream. That's for sure. Probably pushed that a little too much already today, but we're going to watch that one off stream. Mr. Fist says, I'm so good, excited for Satisfactory. I've started 5+ games alongside you, but had to finish Satisfactory alone. Evo is now getting clips from Northern Lion on TikTok. I don't know what you have shown us and what TikTok has shown me. That's right. We've infiltrated the masses. Probably for the best. Oh. How do you guys feel about how much I love Northern Lion? Because I don't know how people feel about it. It's not a trick question. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I just, I know we have some Northern Lion fans in the chat, and but I'm never sure. I'm like, everybody needs a hobby. It's a great insight into your psyche. It's only a sliver of my psyche. It's the sliver of my psyche that has been terminally online for 5 years and is a little bit brain rotted. I hesitate to even use that word, but you know. It's literally never a person I think about until you bring him up. I don't find him funny. Oh. That clip did sell me a little bit. Oh. Perfect. +2 from Demon Venerable. Let's go. +2. Anyways. Hey, speaking of being terminally online, have people seen what's going on with Balatro online? So we've been talking about how Balatro is getting a whole bunch of new. I'm not going to be able to show any of this on stream. That's for damn sure. We've been talking about how Balatro has gotten a whole bunch of new fans after Game of the Year nominations, so much hype, etc. People over Christmas were playing it a lot. They reached new highs of like player base and all that jazz. I don't think so. Weird, I have not. So do me a favor. Don't go to Twitter or X or, frankly, any of the other websites probably and search Balatro fan art. Don't do it. This is going to be weird. Yep. The clown stuff. Yep. Think of a game. It's Rule 34 is basically simply it. Think of a game that deserves or in any way inspires sexiness less than Balatro. You can't think of one. Guess what? It's still out there, and it is taking off. It's oh boy. The Balatro update is that people are making some freaky art, which I just find so funny because it's like it's cards, it's poker, and they, yep. I freaking hate clowns. Do not look it up. To be clear, I've seen not the tip of the, you know what I mean, but like if there's an iceberg, I've seen the iceberg's sliver of the iceberg. I've barely seen anything, and even then, I'm like, oh boy, okay. Ooh. People just want to create something that'll most certainly go viral. This is one of those things. I think you underestimate people's horniness and overestimate their desire to be popular. But I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it's always a desire to be popular. I think it's honest to God, real question. Isn't there, for a lot of people, a link between creative expression and horniness? I think there just is. Like, I think for some people who love, exactly, Luke, who love making things, the easiest, pardon my expression here, the easiest way in is horniness. I think that's it. I think it's just like I love making things, and the way in with the least obstacles is sort of horny. But I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to go. Maybe they're just trying to go viral. That's possible. I really hate that I decided to use the phrase "way in" there. It's just like excerpting this from the Balatro conversation and the Rule 34 conversation. Does that feel right? Like, I think there is something about creative expression for like, not every person, but for a good amount of the general creative population, where it's just like something about horniness, romance, the Venn diagram, right? It's just like the easiest. I have to come up with a different phrase. But you know what I mean. This is my first time catching you live. Alien NPC, welcome in, and I'm so sorry. Welcome in, and I'm so sorry. Easiest entry point. It's just something about that, which I find really funny because that's not me at all. I don't think I've ever written a single horny thing. Maybe we should make that a charity milestone for next year. If we raise blank amount of dollars for charity, I'll write my first smut. I mean, I feel like that would deliver in terms of getting you guys hyped up to donate money to charity. What do you think I have? Like, boundaries? No. That's hilarious. I want to write it down. Write that down. Nani, so this is what the streams are like. I'm so sorry to everybody who's wandering in for the first time. Literally, our last stream was the Indies, where we were the most wholesome community on the entire internet. And now it's grabbing her hair and Jimbo, the Balatro himbo clown, and Smut and Rule 34. I'm so sorry. Welcome in. Original or fanfic? It would have to be fanfic. I think it would have to be, right? Can we choose the game? Now that's interesting. You choose the game? Where's the dono link? Dramatic reading? Okay, we got something going on here. I think we're why didn't we put this on the vision board, chat? Why didn't we put this on the vision board? Pokemon? No, we can't do Pokemon. We'd have to find something that I felt comfortable writing about. I don't know. Llama says, I think there's a bit of both and. The horny for sure. I also think people do find it gratifying to make something, maybe not necessarily for popularity, but at least for shock value. Or it's like, yeah, or guaranteed audience. That's the other part of it too. Is that like, you've got an audience if you make it sexy. Isn't there a Pokemon that fucks your mom? I mean, Mr. Mime's got it going on, but this is what you cut out from the YouTube VODs. Exactly. When we get to Satisfactory, it'll all be buttoned up, nice stark collar. Yeah. Speaking of, we should go to Satisfactory because I want to play it. In the meantime, feel free to watch this clip that Tony just posted in the chat. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I need to go put my high-vis vest on and blow my nose. Be back in 2 seconds. Might as well take 10 more minutes. I think you're thinking too much about it. People just make art about what they spend a lot of time thinking about. I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. But I also think anything you're going to invest that much time in, I mean, art is just, it's all so labor intensive. I can't believe we're talking about smut when we're having this conversation. But to me, this really gets down to a sort of central part of the creative process, which is that one could argue, and I'm not saying I'm arguing, but one could argue that a consideration of the audience you're creating for, even if that means knowing off the bat that you are not creating for anyone other than yourself, a consideration of the audience you're creating for, one could argue, I'm not even saying that I am arguing, I'm kind of arguing, that is like inherent to the creative process. Ideas are cheap, real cost is motivation and drive, and horny is extremely high motivation. They don't call it a sex drive for nothing. Anyway, is this the right time to dox that Carly has decided to forego making wholesome art for our community and has instead decided to take what's that word? To take commissions for your rated R smut. DM hi Carly Joy on Twitch or Discord. I'm so sorry. I'm teasing, to be clear. I'm teasing. Unless Carly wants the jobs. I'm teasing. That's a joke. That's all a joke. Sorry, I threw you underneath the bus there. So sorry. Are you arguing your smut is a direct reflection of your audience? Oh no, to be clear. I don't know. Maybe though, actually. I don't know. Season 3 cards are the R-rated season of cards. Oh my god. We've really covered it all in the first hour of today's stream, haven't we? I'm so happy to be back with you guys. So happy to be back. Hi, Killer Cat. I caught smut. Smut! That's what we talked about for about the first hour. How are you, Killer Cat? This is our call. Don't worry, I've been thinking about it constantly for the last whole weekend. For the whole weekend. Okay. Let's do it. You guys ready for some Satisfactory? Oh, thanks, Mars. I hate that. Thanks so much. I hate that. Honestly, I wish I was this fucking jacked. New wallpaper, season 3 card. Nah, if we wanted to make it a card, I'd have to find the artist of that piece of art on Twitter and pay them, and there's no way I'm doing that. Did I just hit new game? What did I just do? Did I just hit the wrong button? Shit. Nope, we're good. Okay. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back. We're playing Satisfactory. Hey, listen, we got to focus the fuck up. Not that we have been distracted recently by, in past streams, Colorado. Already in this stream, a conversation about art and sex drive and smut and audience and etc. We have to focus up because it is almost the end of Fixmas. As I stream today, it is January 13th, and I believe that Fixmas ends. Oh, please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. On the 18th. Harley looked this up for me earlier in the gaming channel. January 18th. So, our first priority today is going to be to go... oh my god. There we go. To go over, check on Fixmas, see how things are going, and go from there. We're in the middle of redesigning our whole factory, which I'm really excited for, and I've had a lot of ideas for. But we need to start with Fixmas because that's the one that's literally on a time limit. Yeah. We're doing it. We're doing it. Tony clipped it. Oh my god, thank you. You guys have been so good about clipping. I appreciate it so much. Is what I mean. I feel like I'm riding a high of the off of the indies after last week. Like, I really feel like my general mood has just been improved so greatly by how much fun the indies was. Me too. And these were so fun. Man, yeah, they were. Hard drive scan has been completed. Tempered Caterium ingot. We're barely going to think about this right now. Uses petroleum coke. I mean, maybe, I guess. Adhered iron plate. Rather than iron and screws, it takes iron and rubber. And it uses less iron. Oh, now, and it's faster. Now that seems very interesting. Okay. Our goal here is to focus on Fixmas. Let's do this first. Is the text on the helmet backwards because the image is mirrored or you're a poor engineer? Option 3, I have the ability to write in reverse script. No, my camera's just flipped. Yeah. I'm glad the indies are done so I don't have to keep the cameo a secret anymore. Oh my god. That was the coolest thing of all time. Let's go grab the... We showed that cameo, by the way, in case you missed it, if you weren't at the indies. The mods gave Megan and I a gift, which is that they got on Cameo and got Josh Rubin of Make Some Noise fame to make a video asking that I be fired from my job as a Twitch streamer. I need 131 more. Where the fuck are those? Are we just waiting on the iron? Uh-oh. Did I do my numbers wrong? One of the greatest gifts I've ever received. It was just so, like... It was so out of left field and amazing. We need iron, and we need more blue. Is blue not being delivered yet? Is that what's going on? Yep. Okay. Okay. My inventory is a mess. Shit. Okay. Let's go get rid of some stuff in our inventory, and then we'll do it. Mars, you guys are literally going to have to retire. In the past indie stretch, you got a custom video game with custom writing, custom art made after my life. A children's book featuring my dogs as the heroes of the story, with hand-drawn art and with custom art and a custom story, and a cameo from Josh Rubin / the song from Killer Cat. I don't deserve you guys as a community. That's the long and short of the entire. That's the whole story. I am amazed. Is there a link to the Killer Cat song? That's a great question. It's timestamped on the YouTube VODs by Shadowlink. Yo, shout out to Shadowlink for doing that. That's great. That's great. Let's get rid of some iron and probably a couple other things because I don't really want it all in my inventory. We can just chuck it and get a couple... coupons out of it and have more inventory slots. Okay. We were literally just talking about it and I didn't list it. That's how much crazy stuff there was. Yeah. I can't believe I had to vote against Josh Rubin. By the way, we did not spend enough time on the day of the Indies talking about the fact that like 31% of you voted that I should be fired from my job. Can we talk about that? I need to know who the 31% of you were. And I need names. I need how many shats you spent on voting against me. I need it all. It was for the funny number, obviously. I don't care if it was for the funny number. If you voted against me, I need to know. Okay, so this is bad. We need to check in on this in a little while. Okay, in 50 minutes, chat. I need to come back here. 50 minutes. I have a timer going. I'll try and remind myself. 50 minutes, I need to come back here and I need to switch the iron into that thing. So that we can make more of these. Okay. I voted both ways. You can do that? I'm nervous because there's only a couple days left and I don't know what is required for these. Quicksmith Wreath. Okay. All right. We're just going to have to wait. Okay, so there's a crate over here. We'll go back, I guess. Raise your hand if you voted to fire me from my job. Artifice. Public. Gyrodine. I expected that, but Oliver? That hurts. That hurts a lot. So many traitors. You know what this is like? Guys, I can tell you. I know what... Okay, prepare yourselves for the next couple weeks to get major Walking Dead spoilers. The TV show came out like 15 years ago. All right? If you haven't seen it at this point, be prepared to be spoiled. On the other hand, because I am a hypocrite, please do not spoil anything from The Walking Dead for me personally because I am still watching it. This is like that moment when Shane didn't tell Rick about the fact... I mean, so much stuff, right? Because, holy cow. This is like when Shane didn't tell Rick almost anything because of what was going on between him and Lori, you know? Do we have any Walking Dead fans in the chat? Zuma says, I voted against you. Sorry, I wanted my free time back. Nice. I mean, that's kind of rude. I love it. Ryan, what season/episode are you on? I'm on season 2, episode like 6 or 7. Okay, I had a thought about how we should do this recently. We don't actually need these because of this. Means we can delete those. That also probably means I could do a little... It's not going to work. It's not going to look good. Yeah, we don't need the ramp. You could do stairs. I wish you could do like a half a stair, you know? Could do that. I mean, that's ugly as sin, though, right? It's ugly as sin. I don't like it. Okay, the other thought I had is this. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. How expensive are these? Can I put them on things? I don't actually have the quartz crystal to make these. I watched the first 4 or 5 seasons of it multiple times. I'll be honest with you. The Walking Dead has been a lot of fun. Watching The Walking Dead mostly makes me want to restart Lost with Megan. Megan and I were watching... This is too ugly, though. It'll be right in the way if we have to do something with it. Like, if we have to split one of these off, it'll be splitter there. But where do I put the signs? Do I put them behind? That doesn't make sense. Can I put them on the ground? And then can I build over them? That doesn't... There's got to be a way to make this work. What happened last time you watched? You're at the farm, I can tell, but what happened recently? Okay, so here's the hot The Walking Dead goss. Here's what's going on. So, we're at the farm. Herschel has just saved Carl.
Hope
Can I
your
just
wrist
say?
feels better. Been loving the Ori videos.
Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you. My wrist feels, it feels okay right now. Feels all right. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 14 months. Coral. Can I just say, if you're naming your child Carl, please, dear God, let nobody in chat be named Carl. Like, that's a choice. That's all I'll say. That's just a choice. We just do a tiny sign. I feel like if you're named Carl, you have to be 60 years or older. Period. I need some quartz crystal to make this work anyways. Okay. The last thing that happened, we're at the farm. Herschel just saved Carl. Lynn is sleeping with the farmer's daughter. These are going the wrong way. So that's a big deal. But also she's mad at him all the time. Lori just found out she's pregnant right after she nearly lost Carl. Shane and Andrea are sleeping together out of nowhere. Daryl is all of a sudden becoming my favorite character. That's right, the white trash brother of Merle Dixon is becoming my favorite character. How is this happening? Sophia's still lost. I swear I thought Daryl was my least favorite character, and all of a sudden he's my actual favorite character. Daryl's the best? I get it. I totally get it. Here's the big news though. The most recent thing that's happened is fucking, although Glenn might actually be my favorite character, is they found walkers in the barn. There's walkers in the barn. I can't believe it, but there's Herschel ain't all he seems, and the walkers. Herschel's got some issues. Herschel's not the man you thought he was. How do I label this stuff? Hearing Ryan talk about a show feels so wrong. I contain multitudes. All it takes to get me to watch a show is for me to be so injured that I can't touch my computer for an entire weekend. I can't do any work. And is it stressing me out because I'm not getting any of my work done? Yes. Does it matter? Nope. It's fine. How do I want to label this shit? I can't put it behind because there's these big gaps in the wall that just don't make sense. I read the comics and I wildly prefer the show. That's exciting. No, go. Fuck. Okay. Go. Okay. Nice. Nailed it. So from here, they're going to go like right there. I feel like this is actually the perfect time to talk about this because I can build while talking. Don't we all have issues? We do all have issues. However, hear me out. Herschel has issues because nobody has as many issues as characters written for TV shows. Because it's like, it's how you advance the plot. It's how you make anything interesting. You give them issues. Give them all kinds of issues. My dad loved The Walking Dead until Redacted. Uh-oh. So, from here we go up. Why is that one looking different? That was weird. Rest of these all look the same minus this one. Is the rotation? I bet that'll be better. Ah. The entire concept of slow-moving, mindless zombies only works when characters make dumb decisions. I mean, it's true. I hear what you're saying. I also think, though, that, like, part of it is... Oh, look at this. These are lined up this way, and this one's lined up the other way. I think part of it, too, is just that... I mean, I think it's funny. To me, and I'll be interested to hear what you guys think, but to me, zombies is the most... Zombies as a genre is the most, like, suspension of disbelief genre out there. Right? What I mean by that is, like... So by suspension of disbelief, I mean, like, when you encounter a work of fiction that changes certain rules about how the world works, and you have to sort of set aside some of your, like, logistical questions, or, like, that would never happen because of this, or, like, I would just do this, and that would obviously win the situation, or the character should just do this. I think it's because it's horror adjacent, or directly horror, and I think horror has a lot of suspension of disbelief, because of course you would make a better decision than these characters. Of course you would do this. Of course you would do that. But the point of the thing is not that you would do that. It's that they are doing this. And I think we just, I don't know. I think we just bring so much, like... Couldn't you use that to justify any bad writing in zombie movies, though? I wouldn't. I mean, to me, suspension of disbelief is a sign of good writing. To me, you are asked to suspend your belief by writing, and then if you successfully suspend your belief, that's a sign that it was good writing. If you cannot successfully suspend your belief, it's because things are not being handled in such a good way that you feel capable of doing that. You do not have trust that the artist is handling it in a way that see, those are all rotated the other way. I don't care, though. I don't care, though. I'm not saying zombies are the most suspension of disbelief genre which is, like, free reign to do whatever the fuck you want. I mean that, like, there are so many, in my opinion, in the zombie genre, there's so much, like, there's so many logistical questions that we just choose to ignore because past artistic stuff has asked us to suspend our disbelief, and we just get on with it, right? Like, how are these zombies, like... There's a calorie problem, right? Like, what's going on with these zombies? There should be there's a calorie deficit running here. They're so slow, you can just outrun them. Like, there's just a million different, like, tiny little... If all they eat is brains... Not that that's the case in The Walking Dead, but... I'm of the opinion that it's more about the viewer than about the writing. What do you mean? I mean, I certainly think I think we've all encountered that audience member who cannot find it in their body. They cannot find it in themselves to suspend their disbelief about anything. All they want to do is poke a logistical hole in something, right? We've all met that person. However, I think I've decided I'm going to move this all down because it does not make sense to put the door that high, right? So there's always your one-off people who are like, no, I refuse to suspend my disbelief. But you're not writing for those people. The way I would describe it is that you're writing for the middle 50%, right? Hi, Liquid Darkness. How's it going? First time here at one of your streams. Just finished watching your Subnautica playthrough on YouTube. Yay! Hey! Welcome in. Some audience members are never going to be able to sit through a movie and be like, well, in this situation, I would do this. Or, well, the logical answer is to... But the thing is, you're not ever writing for those people. Because those people are probably miserable and are certainly not able to engage with the art in the way that you as an artist hope or intend. Because those people are not actually able to suspend their disbelief and become immersed. Because that's the second half of the suspend your disbelief. When you suspend your disbelief, you then get to hop in and you ignore logistical questions or well, in this other version of this genre, this thing happens, or, you ignore all of that. Needs to go. Ah, shit. Needs to go that way. But if you can convince the middle 50%, or whatever that actual number is, to get over the fact that these zombies seem awfully slow, isn't your best bet just to outrun them? Not to shoot them in the head, or not to, get yourself in a situation where you're surrounded and you can't... isn't your best bet just to be fast? Well, being fast doesn't make for very interesting TV. Having decisions that will affect the lives of the other people you're in a group with makes for more interesting TV, at least character-driven TV, I think you shouldn't be writing for an audience at all. I think you have to write only for yourself and hope that your craft attracts an audience. But I'm a radical. Okay, I'll take you in good faith on this comment. I'll take you in good faith on this comment. Here's why I disagree in many, many ways and also agree in one very important one. One of my favorite pieces of advice I ever read is from Kurt Vonnegut, which is, let me find the actual quote so that I don't... Here's how I agree with you. Quote by Kurt Vonnegut: "Write to please just one person. If you open a window and make love to the world, so to speak, your story will get pneumonia." The idea there is that, similar to what you're saying, you should write only for yourself, or you should write for one specific person. You should write not with a broad audience in mind, with a bunch of people in mind, and be worried about what the public or the vast array of people is going to think about what you're doing. You should write for just one specific person, and that's the way to get to a truer story, a truer meaning, to not preach to people or patronize them, but to honestly explore and then attempt to answer something about whatever it is that you're trying to make. I agree. However, one, we're talking about TV here. That is so far removed from the reality of how TV is made, let alone most art that is mass consumed. That even if a sliver of that is a part of your artistic process, it's not going to, it's not the way that it gets from you to being played to millions on television, right? The other thing here is that I disagree with, or that I think we're actually saying the same thing about, is this. If I'm writing something for Megan, and Megan knows all my inside jokes, I can write something that references our inside jokes and lands with her in a way that would never land with you. Here's the problem. That doesn't make it better writing. That might make it a better gift to Megan, But we know from thousands of years of attempting to bend language to our will and to use it to tell stories, to elucidate characters and what's going on inside of these little consciousness machines that we have. We know that there are better ways to get the general population, to get intelligent people like you or like me to arrive at the same picture or the same conclusion. This is why saying, to give a very easy example, it is maybe more clear to write the sentence. Let me just pull this up on a Google Doc. You could make the argument. This is not a perfect example here. This is our Colorado episode, by the way. Ah, wrong button. Shit. Ah! Don't look at that. Writing stream again. I can tell this is a chat that likes to have intelligent conversations. That's pretty awesome. It is awesome. I love it. I love it. It means that I get less done in Satisfactory than I would like to, but it is awesome. You know what? I'm gonna ignore my example for now and just and continue playing / talking through this. But so here's my thought, Warsmith. I think that you're right. That good writing has to have at its core that it is like one of the easiest ways to like. How do I phrase this? One of the easiest ways to poison writing is to have, throughout the entire process, a consideration of how the general population would react to what you are making. I think it is very important to have a more specific audience in mind in the act of creation. I agree. That said, I think that is in balance with. That is in a constant push and pull with the other half of the equation, which is that if you write a sentence right now, through revision, we can get that sentence to be better for most people. If I write a bad sentence right now in the chat, doesn't even matter what it is, we can revise it so that it more clearly communicates what we hope for it to communicate to more people. That is the nature of writing. And I don't think that makes it less pure, less like, I don't think that makes it any lesser by being smoothed out in that way. I love how Ryan's talking in chat is like, you mistakenly called us intelligent, so we got to show you the quotes. Listen, you guys are intelligent, at least most of you. Did you guys know he has a master's degree in creative writing? I do. In my opinion, you should definitely write for yourself first, but you often start writing because you want to create something that you can't find out there. Here's the second half of my thought. I'm going to read the rest of Anne's question, and then she just comment, and then she just reminded me of the second half of my point. In my opinion, you should definitely write for yourself first because you often start writing because you want to create something that you can't find out there. You write what you want to read, and you're not unique in that. Other people want what you're writing, but they aren't writers, so they'll consume what you made if you make it available for them. You still write for that audience, whether you like it or not. Okay. So my next point is this. I think if you really get down to it, any sentence that starts with the following phrase, you should write like this, is wrong. There is no should when it comes to writing. There are certainly better ways to accomplish certain aspects of writing because we've spent thousands of years trying to master this art, this storytelling art. But I do not think there is a single sentence that starts with you should and is correct in writing. Because writing is a very vast, diverse set of experiences. Some people are writing for audiences. Some people are writing to publish mass novels. Some people are writing to self-publish a book. Some people are writing, like my stepdad did towards the end of his life, little poems that would only ever be read by my mom, and then after he passed away, read by me because I missed him and I wanted to read those poems. Some people will write stuff and then burn it the next day and no one ever sees it. There is no right, there is no should when it comes to writing that really, at the end of the day, carries any weight. Yeah. Jaredine, I disagree in more ways than I have fingers to count. And I don't even know where to begin, and so I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it real. I'm going to leave it at least arm's distance and maybe longer. But I do, just to be very clear, heavily disagree that all of the best stories we have are from centuries ago. Who's been reading? I'll just give you an example. For instance, who's been reading Octavia Butler as L.A. burns in the distance? Like. I don't want to be rude, but I cannot possibly agree with you. Okay. So we're going to move this down a little bit. We got rid of this, which I think is good. We may actually move it back up because I kind of liked it being a little higher. Lumella, thanks for the Prime sub. Thanks so much. Once we get this thing built, we're going to test out the launching system. And I probably need to actually get rid of both of these two and include like a zoop toop or something. I think I want to do that. I think I would rather shove 2 less items into our vertical belting system and have a zoop toop situation here. But we'll see. Of course, that actually means 4 less because we have to do it on both sides if we're going to do it. I will say, so to engage with this comment maybe a little bit differently, I will say, what does it also mean for a story to be the best, right? Like, if none of the best stories have been written in the last 100 years, what does that mean? What does it mean for a story to qualify for that like title? I think you could make the argument for a lot of different things, right? Like, what makes a story the best? It is technically the best. It employs the best use of language. What is a story but like the use of language to arrive at an exploration of the truth, right? That's one definition for it. You could say that. I think you could also say that the best story is something that tells the most necessary truth, or the truth that is maybe the most important for us to hear right now, right? The most elucidating for its time, the most like illuminating for the time that you're in. I think that would be one. You could say popularity. It's not the argument. It's not the one I would use, but you could say popularity. Absolutely. And people make that argument all the time. But hear me out. I'm not a huge believer that stories... Okay, there's... Okay, so lots of things here, right? What makes a story the best for you? I need better freaking jetpacks. And otherwise, I just need to use this. Uh-oh, sorry, I can hear my daughter throwing a fit in the other room. I know what I think makes for the best story, but that's only one opinion. In some ways, Mog, that might be, depending on what you mean by that, that might be the only opinion that really matters, right? If I wrote a 50,000 word book fuck it, make it 100,000 because you need at least 100,000 words to make an argument for this, right? I could write a 100,000 word book on what I think the qualifications you would need to cover, what the qualifications would be for the best story. At the end of the day, if what I wrote, the qualifications for what I wrote, don't do it for you, then is it really fucking anything at all? Like, it's sort of like you can make the like cultural importance type of argument, which I am a little bit of a sucker for, you know? Maybe this story is important because it sort of covers a moment or a thing in of cultural importance better than anything else does. Was it this way or was it this way? Shit, I think it's this way. But even then, I think that's such a small slice of the pie, right? I think that's a tiny slice of the pie. I think that's such a tiny slice of the pie. I certainly don't think popularity qualifies a story to be the best story. We can poke holes. Let's do it, right? We can poke holes in all kinds of things, right? What's a potential marker for making a story the best? Popularity. Holy Bible's pretty important. I think there's some interesting storytelling in the Bible. I also think there's a whole bunch of family tree that I wouldn't argue makes for incredible storytelling. I wouldn't argue that some of the best-selling books, 50 Shades of Grey, Harry Potter, are some of the best examples of storytelling, are the best stories ever written. I really, really wouldn't argue that. And I'm a person who finds value in a lot of that stuff. But I wouldn't argue it. Okay, door goes towards the middle. Towards the middle. Done. So if it's not the number of copies sold, is it the, like, cultural importance? I think you can make that argument. I'd be happy to make that argument. It was right
Let's
here.
go 1 year, chat.
Let's go. You're making some powerful enemies by hating on 50 Shades of Grey. I once said I wouldn't hate on books that I
3
hadn't read.
months. Okay, still can't say the huge thing he is missing, smiley face.
Oh no, not the huge thing I'm missing. I once said, I was 15 when I said this. I said, I won't hate on a book I haven't read. I find it to be like, it's like being, it's like, it's making assumptions, right? So I read 50 Shades of Grey, and I can say it is dog shit, but oh. On a sentence level, on a sentence structure level, on a grammar, syntax, clarity level, it's bad. But here's the thing I'll never say. If 50 Shades of Grey makes you feel something, that's one of the most important accomplishments of all. Because I've read plenty of books that didn't make me feel anything. And would I rather have something that made me feel something, even if it is a little something in my pants? I'd always rather have something that made me feel something. Always, 100%. It's all subjective in the end. I think that's also reductive, though, right? I think that's also reductive. You'd have to suspend your disbelief with 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. I think there is a large like part of the subjectivity to it. Oh my god. My daughter can just roll around now. She can't crawl, but I'm watching her on the monitor roll off of the blanket that she's supposed to be playing on and just roll towards a whole bunch of other stuff. This is the fear that's in the back of my head at all times right now. She just rolls everywhere. Okay, so I think our job right now is to take this blueprint and test it, because we need to get these angles down to see exactly where they will. We need to place it and test the angles. In my opinion, any 50 Shades conversation is incomplete without the full context of the work's history. Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. But before I do that, I probably want to finish this. We need to decide how we're going to use our... No, wrong one. Shit. Our conveyors to get through these levels. And we need to connect the power to the power level to level. So over here, how did we do that? We didn't do it. Do I have a thing that transports power through the floor? I mean, that'll do it. Will it go through the floor this way? It will not. Okay. Kind of ugly, though. Kind of ugly. The good news is I think we run... I don't need to do it out here because I can do it out here. Because power will run right here from there to there, meaning every single floor is now connected to every other floor. I will have to connect it when I connect the blueprint, but I think that works. Bye, Speeder. Thanks for being here. Maybe unpopular, but I don't hold much value in the language art part of writing. It can be the most simple and boring sentences and still have good storytelling. In fact, superfluous describing is a major turnoff for me. Laz, I wouldn't argue that's unpopular. In fact, I would argue that that's popular. I think in the strict sense of the word, that is actually popular. Would I be very happy to try and spend 20 minutes convincing you that that there is value? Maybe not for you personally, but absolutely 100% deep value for superfluous describing. God, chat is fun right now. I'm really, I mean that dead serious. Okay. So let's go ahead and connect the thing I was talking about earlier and then go from there. Oh, I used up my thingy. Fuck. I think that is something that makes art hard to discuss sometimes, though. People refuse to acknowledge the subjective nature of it. It's true. Which is funny, because to me... Oh, shit, I fell off. To me, the most... It's funny to me because So, take a shot. I have a master's degree in creative writing. To me, the most one of the most useful things I ever learned in grad school was sorry, I just got utterly distracted by Elle crying in the other room. She looks fine. Okay. Take a shot, by the way. I think I need to actually remove this entire layer. I think these need to go. I think I need to hook these up and then let them go. Give me 2 seconds, chat, and then I'll talk about it. Remind me in like 5 minutes to talk about feelings. Okay, so I think the way we're gonna do this is just by bringing these up. And then if I need to break something off, I'll actually just turn this around, put a splitter, go that way, put a splitter up, and go back to the thing. I think that's how this should work. So from here we go in, boom. Okay. I need to find a way to label this shit, but otherwise, we're drafting our first vertical factory blueprint here. I'm excited to try this out. I'm not confident in it, but I am excited to try it out. I think that looks pretty good. Where the fuck do I put these signs? I need to check and make sure there's a way. There's not a way to like put a sign on the ground, because that's what I really want. I know I can label stuff this way. But I want a sign like on the ground, because if I put the sign right here, that's going to be immediately in the way. If I put it all the way over here, then when I want to go look at something, I can't find it. If I put it back here, then it's in the fucking way. It's blocked. I could drop it down from the ceiling. Now that is interesting. Could I drop it down from the ceiling down here? Ceiling might make the most sense. But if we needed to split something off of this, the way we would be doing it is this. We'd be putting a splitter there. Go out. Whatever. Go up. We'd be putting the splitter on the... We'd be putting the lift on this side. Be doing that. Be doing that. Why is that so fucking ugly? There we go. Be doing that. So that's not so bad. This is a draft, but the problem is that would be right in the way of my sign. So, do I just put the sign out a little bit? Do I put the sign like right there? I could. It's kind of ugly though. If I'm sitting here, I'm like, which one is it? It's that one. That's not bad. Okay, we're gonna probably hang the sign from that level. I gotta think through this. Where I have ended up is that the best way I can evaluate art is on how successful it is at accomplishing what the creator wanted. Okay. This is my being reminded about feelings. Warsmith, I mostly agree. That's one of the ways that you'll hear it all the time when I'm playing a video game. Like, what was the intended experience here? That said, I have a major caveat. Or not even a caveat, it's just sort of like an umbrella. It's an umbrella. The umbrella is this. One of the most useful things I ever learned in grad school is actually one of the most simple things when it comes to discussing art, etc. You have to start with the basics, and the easiest way to start with the basics is to just label what you are feeling when you are feeling. When you are reading something, playing something, watching a movie. In my opinion, one of the easiest and best things you can do is to remove the part of you that's critically thinking, that's watching the puppet master pull the puppet. It's just to think, what is this making me feel? How am I feeling at this exact moment? And to start everything from there. Start everything from there. Alexithymia go burr. Hold up. I need to know what alexithymia is. From there, layered on top of that, what is it about what I'm feeling that might be being put to the use of or be intended by or what might how might it be being used by the art to do something is like step 2. Personality trait that describes difficulty identifying, understanding, and expressing emotions. Yeah. It's just like it kind of is that simple. And that is where the subjectivity about it can come into effect. I wouldn't say that it's particularly subjective to say that the novel Moby Dick has a whole bunch to say about labor and class, because objectively it 100% does. Whether or not that matters to you is a whole other question. What is subjective is like where you start, what it made you feel. That part is utterly objective. Subjective. Utterly. I can't say what I'm feeling. All I can say is, oof, that did something. I didn't know what alexithymia was until right now. Sorry, I'm scrolling. RIP to the people on YouTube, by the way. They can't read all of these comments in their entirety. I think the most reductive way of labeling art is that if the artist feels something while making it, it's good because it serves its purpose. I have never heard that argument made before. It's very possible you have. I have never heard the artist felt something while they were making it as a reason to describe why something is good or purposeful art. I like to think art can always exist completely separate from its creator. In fact, it does not need a creator at all, which is why forces of nature can be art. Of course, the context of art's creation can add lots of value or contextualize it. Yeah, agreed, Laz. Agreed. I also think, like, that's why we create, isn't it? We feel something? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. I think that's one possible reason people create. I think people create to explore. People create to express. People create because they feel, you know, one version of that is that they felt something. I think not necessarily always, but okay. Let's just try this right here and see what we learn. You said they're right with one person in mind. I don't think that audience has to be someone else. There's a whole very interesting identity question at the heart of this artifice, which is that when you write for an audience, you necessarily misunderstand that audience. You are necessarily writing towards your understanding of that audience rather than that audience's understanding of themselves. Because we are human, and one of the most human and basic truths is that it is not actually possible to utterly know someone else's experience and the totality of someone else's consciousness. It also, in my opinion, is what makes writing specifically so interesting. Okay, we're going to test out expansion with this blueprint. One of my favorite descriptions of writing in the last 10 years that I'm going to get utterly wrong here is a description that John Green gave. And I'm going to misquote him here, but that was it. Shit. But basically, like, reading a novel is the closest. John Green said something like, reading a novel is the closest I'll ever get to living inside of someone else's brain. Another way to phrase it could be that the structure of the sentence is about as close as we can get. Reading someone else's sentence is about as close as we can ever get to walking in the shoes of their thought as it progresses, right? Now, writing is very specifically a, like, highly curated version of that. Conversation is a less curated version of that. But to me, that's what, like, from the small level or the macro level, maybe, language to the, like, very micro level, a specific novel. Like, that's kind of what it's doing, is this, like, this guided, curated trip to another person's brain, trip through another person's thought processes, etc. And that raises a lot of interesting questions about audience, I think. But hi, Hero, what's up? If the artist feels something from what they created... Sorry, one second. Hi, Formy. How's it going? How's the weekend? Weekend was good. I did not touch my computer for the entire... entire weekend. Right, an example, journals are writing for the self, yet the Diary of Anne Frank is very well renowned, even if it was never intended for another audience. Would you say it's not art? I would never say it's not art. Not at all. If we chuck this here, I think that's an okay place to put it. Then we have to power it. think my computer is lagging. That's interesting. And we have to test. Our goal here is just to test these things. If I walk out the door. Whoa, why did I go sideways? Did I hit that button? Because I brought momentum to it? Uh-oh. If I bring momentum? Oh, no. Momentum matters. Oh, fuck. That's interesting. Okay, we'll have to add that later. Oh, boy. Momentum matters, chat. I think you guys are also saying something funny here, which is that I think we're almost sort of... So hear me out here. Question for you. I don't think in the moment of creation is when something is determined whether or not it is art. Does that make sense? I think we're sort of imagining... And this gets back to the, like, removal of the artist from the art. But I don't think, frankly... Like, if we take the Diary of Anne Frank as an example, I would call it art. When would I say that it became art? I don't know. I don't know that necessarily it's in the moment of writing. I think it's possible in the moment of first reading from a certain lens, right? Art is determined by others. I don't know. Haven't you seen all of the people on Twitter who are so happy to tell you what is and isn't art? I think they're probably onto something, right? They seem to say really loudly that they know what is and isn't art, so they're probably right. I mean, they're so happy to tell me that it isn't art. Okay, if I run... Oh! We couldn't have planned it better. Could not have planned it better. That was momentum. That was too hard. Shit. Like, I think that's the assumption at the heart of the, like, is journaling art question that I have the biggest, like, that my hackles get raised on. Is that it's like, but I don't know that the decision to write it is what then fits it into the category. Maybe. I think in some situations, deciding to write something is what fits it into the category. Ryan, is this art? If this is me, if this is Northern Lion with an Adidas hat over it, I swear to God, I think it's art. I think it's got to be. I don't know if you're art. I don't know if you're an artist for adding the Adidas hat to it. Somebody is an artist for having drawn it. Welcome to the What is Art episode. In 1 minute, I need to go check my... I think this is going to work really well. In 1 minute, I need to go check my my thing. Okay, so if that all works, then the next question is this. Signs will go here, right up there. I need quartz silver. The next question is how we stack it. Hit E twice. Go blueprint mode. And then climb some shit. Here's my other thing. Here's my hot take you didn't know you needed. I would say just look very warily at any person engaging. Look with like a second glance at any person engaging in the is this art conversation and coming dramatically down on the side of gatekeeping. I think if anybody is coming down super hard, super aggressively on the side of no, absolutely not art, I think that's almost a like 9 out of 10 times interesting someone has an agenda to push. Not always. I think there's... Oh, fuck. Okay, we are no longer afforded... Here's the other thing that I should say. Art is a courtesy. To be able to think about art, to be able to talk about it, it's an absolute privilege, and I no longer have that privilege. Thank you for this conversation. My fuse blew. I have to go figure out my power. I have no time to talk about your useless art. Art That's for fancy folk who have power systems that work. How bad is it? This. Oh no. Right when I was gonna go check on Fixmas, I fucking forgot about this shit, guys. I forgot that we were going to be out of power. Oh boy. Is the flat line on the graph art? Some would say it is. Some of you are laughing at me and saying, well, it certainly makes me feel something. Some of you are saying, absolutely. Okay. Can you do research without power? So, I mean, this thing is not hooked up to power. So, technically, let's go move this over and then go solve our power problem. Only have 11. Okay. We can finally move this over, though, which is good. Tuck it in here. 184. This thing right here needs them, that's for sure. And then also needs some of those. Okay, so now we need to figure out power. This is a problem. We currently have coal all the way up here. That there's plenty of coal, not enough generators, was my understanding. We have power over here. That is definitely coal limited. So I think the thing that makes the most sense is to go here and to get it up and running again. To do that, let's go ahead and put our parachute on. Let's go up here. How bad is our inventory? It seems fine. We'll go from there. I have to say, props to you guys, chat, for being fun to talk to this about. Here's why I think conversations like this are very valuable. At least for me. Like, I'm not saying valuable as a culture. I'm not speaking for anyone other than myself right here. Here's why I think conversations like this are valuable. I'm a person who has spent a good chunk of my life feeling a sort of like waffling, depressive, why am I here? Not like in this universe, but also that too, but also like, why am I here in this building at this time? What am I doing? And then has had to spend a lot of time being like, I need to arrive at an answer that makes sense for me on that front, or else my moment to moment, minute to minute, day to day, week to week will be miserable, right? Like, it will just be, there's our power. Will be less meaningful, more miserable. But then alongside that, one of the things I'm most interested in, writing, reading, art. It's like, if I had been spawned into this body with a utter talent in mechanical engineering, I think I would probably fall asleep at the end of every day being like, ah, yes, I solved X problems today, and I was, therefore, Y amount of useful. I don't actually think it would be quite that simple. I think that's probably pretty reductive, but that'd be a good start, right? That's not the brain I was blessed with. Okay, what just happens if we flip it? Okay. I mean, checks out. Production is just low. Currently has water. Currently has coal. That's good. We're going to need power to feed these things with water. But Not with coal. I think we probably just do this back to back, right? Like that's probably the... We could expand it out this way and we could go back to back here. We have a Mark 1 belt. These things take 15 per minute. But it started as a Mark 3 belt. So how many more can we... We have the ability... Oh, shit. Mark 2. We have the ability to produce fuel over on the other side of the map, but all I need to do right now is get this gray line above this yellow line and charge my batteries, and then we have bought ourselves a little bit of time to go mess with that shit. So currently we're at like probably around 1,300 megawatts as our consumption limit, as the number we need to get over. We are at 1050 capacity right now. These produce 50 each. We need 4 more of these. That's basically it. The miners, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. I don't currently have on the map a marker that tells me how much these miners are producing, and I should. So let's go over here. I both love and hate when this conversation about art comes up because it goes in circles forever and there is no right answer, and it is so fascinating, but it also gives me violent flashbacks to every art class I've ever taken. Well, shit, let's switch it to history then. There's a conversation going on in the chat right now about history, which says, well, this is why I prefer history. History should be kept to only the facts and nothing subjective. And if history was only facts, then we would be okay because it wouldn't be personal or subjective. And when it gets personal and subjective, we don't learn and grow from it. It's always subjective. Facts are still interpreted. It's true. It's true. Facts are interpreted. Where we choose to look for facts is already an interpretation. Right? I think we have to stop pretending that we can be computers about this, right? About anything, frankly. But like, where to start here? Yeah. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start. Okay. I need to add a marker like right here. And I need to make it the tapped, which is check. And then I need to make it select color and go coal, which I don't actually have one for already. So we'll just go like that. Save this as coal. Save preset. Okay. We call these coal normal. And apply. Yeah? I don't know that I have a single coal marked on here. Right there. Coal pure. Cool. Okay. So there's one. We have one over here. This is also coal normal. It always picks the one above because it's weird. So I'll put that. I'll put coal. Normal. I forgot to add it in the ores subcategory. Apply. Go change this one. As soon as I can get it to click. Be ores. Apply. Got one more. full normal. Void, to get back to your comment about how this frustrating is, this conversation is both fun and frustrating because it goes in circles and you don't seem to get anywhere. To totally simplify your comment. Hi, Killer Cat, by the way. Oh, never mind. I misread your comment. Here's why I think this conversation is so fun. Or so, like, why I like having it. How would I phrase this? Fun is probably not the right word. Oh my god, my brain while trying to solve a power problem. I might literally not be able to have this conversation while trying to solve a power problem. It might just be that simple. Okay. All right, here's what it is. I think the conversation's fun. I have to take a pause from it. You guys can keep talking about it all you want. I have to solve this power problem, and I have the parachute on. And I can't do that and correctly talk about my feelings on this topic. Okay, should we do a second one? I think we should probably do a second one. Conversations like this are fun because you get to see everybody else's wrong opinions. Yikes. Okay, we'll just do that. Hopefully that's tall enough. This way. God, I wish we just need to band-aid this because I don't actually want to like solve this problem in a big way. I just want to invalid placement. Why? Because of that piece of iron? Oh. Okay, well, I'll break the iron. Fuck the iron. No, you're good, Laz. I read it as a joke. Okay. I don't need to reinvent the wheel here for something that could be a super temporary solution. And we're probably going to get, like, some sort of fuel power up in a matter of... in a matter of very little time. Okay. So here's the next thing. This is not going to line up, which is a little frustrating. Is it going to line up? Gonna line up. Hell yeah. Okay. I need pipe, which is over here. Hi, Bobby. How's it going? That's not going to have any power to get going, which is going to be a problem. But I need to remove part of my factory from the... which I think we have set up over on the other side of the base. I need to basically remove part of my factory from the grid. Is probably the simplest way to make this work. Probably. Liquid Darkest, thanks for the follow. Mark 2 from there over to here. Does not need to be straight. Let's clip it right through that shit. Do not care. And then let's raise it up to there. Let's put a That doesn't matter. Let's go Mark II. Let's try this and then put a splitter on it, and then we will just fix it from here. Whew. This spot is where I built my primary factory in my first playthrough. It makes a whole bunch of sense for where to start coal power. I'll tell you that much. Cold nearby, tons of water. Yeah. So this doesn't need to be good. It just needs to work. So why am I caring if it looks good? I just needed horizontal space. That's ugly as shit. It's okay. Okay, so 3 of these will get us up and running. Anyways, this whole conversation about art reminds me a lot about a conversation that Glenn and Maggie had right after they had sex in season 2 of The Walking Dead. Take this, pop it up there, go there. I can do this, which I think will work. Oh no, why did I do that? Will that work though? Probably not, right? See if this thing gets coal. Yes, let's get back to what matters, people. Zombies. Ryan, I gotta ask, do you think zombie shows require a lot of suspension of disbelief? Is that where we started this conversation? That's so funny to me. Oh boy. I do feel like, okay, maybe this is what it is. Maybe it's not that zombie shows require a lot of suspension of disbelief. Maybe it's that maybe it's that I think zombies as a monster require a decent amount of suspension of disbelief. Is that fair? Mars, I'm so interested in your opinion on this, by the way. If you want to say it. Remember the zombie lady in Seattle? We've got confirmed zombies. Does have coal. Hell yeah. Okay. So the problem is it doesn't have water, which is a problem. Yikes. It's fine. I can disconnect this power right over there and then get it up and running, and it should work. So that's what we'll do. I hope. I think Luke said something to that effect earlier about zombies as a monster. I've read so little of chat, I'll be honest with you. We do effectively have zombies and ants and stuff. You're not wrong. But it's funny, because when I learned about that stuff, I was like, this is the stranger than fiction shit that, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I will never. I say this literally every time cordyceps comes up, but I took a couple parasitology classes in college, and that truly was the that was the stranger than fiction class. Nothing I learned in that class made me feel better about the world. I did really love that class though, but Oh boy. At no point in time was I glad that I had learned any of it. Okay. 120. Each of these takes 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only did 6, so I should have done 8. Disease that causes us to be zombies is maybe the most believable type of horror thing. Oh. Okay. What are our other contenders for believable types of horror? Vampires. Oh, Mars is bringing this ass. Okay, what are the other types of horror monsters? We've got vampires. Big old blobs. Supernatural horror, to be clear. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Yeti, like an abominable snowman. Alien space shit. See, I know we've got like evidence for cordyceps and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like it's really easy for me to suspend my disbelief on aliens. Okay, we're gonna go disconnect this and see if we can power it all up. If I take you away and I flip this switch. As long as these get water, which they should, unless it's too far uphill. Oh, you guys need power too, don't you? How did I do this earlier? Oh, okay. I did this in a... This is ugly, but I don't care. Can't believe I forgot to power up the water. It says it only has like 10 meters of lift, but this is less... I think it's 10 meters, and I think that's less than 10 meters. Each of those is 4. It's probably about 4 meters of lift, right? I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because, again, this is a Band-Aid for a much larger problem. It's probably not under there. It's probably under here. Head lift, 10 meters. Believing Earth is the only planet in the universe with complex life requires a lot more suspension of disbelief. See, that's where I'm coming from. Okay, is this enough? This is going to be an interesting power experiment. If I reconnect the entire factory, is this enough? It should be, assuming we don't have any major problems. But I do basically immediately need to go get working on fuel. Is the fuse gonna break? Oh! Consumption got up to 1,600. Well, why? I just need to go remove some of the dumb shit that I have on the, like probably a million awesome shops. Or awesome sinks, sorry. I mean, this is brainless work that I can just continue to do though, so I guess I'll do it. Don't really want to because I'd rather be spending my time doing something else, but It'll be good to have some leeway anyways. That should still be Mark II. You'll need power for this. Common, now that I've played past this point and understand what's going on. Yeah, we'll have to look at it later. But the only power sources I have are I have two separate forms of Hero, off. What are you doing? I have two separate places of coal power generators. It's very possible the other coal generators don't have water. I would think that they would, because when the pipes aren't emptied when the fuse blows and you aren't like empty, it doesn't empty the pipes. That said, this one doesn't have power yet, and this one needs power. I did literally put a biomass generator over by the water to try and, for some reason, we may just need to give the conversation a rest, guys. I think we probably just give it a rest. Infamous Diz, thanks so much for the follow. New topic. What do you guys want to talk about? Other than this power problem I'm having, because I'm sure that's not interesting to everybody. I gave up on lining these up forever ago. Holy clipping. Nope. Holy clipping. I don't think it needs to be Mark II at this point, but I'll do it anyways. You aren't powered on. You aren't powered on.
Welcome to the cult. Hi.
Yo, Infamous Diz, thanks for the subscription. What the heck? Very kind of you. The Prime sub. Welcome. Isn't the power conversation super empowering? I see what you're doing there. We could talk about the power thing. I just didn't figure we could talk about power if you want. I just didn't figure that would be as entertaining for the people here who are probably here despite Satisfactory, not because of it. I was wondering if you're still planning to do the Last of Us reaction video. I sure am. And I am in the works on it. It just ain't out yet. No, you didn't miss an announcement. It's just ran into some unexpected roadblocks, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Sounds great, Mars. Bye, Killer Cat. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Oh, Carly, I was going to tell you. I will say one last thought on Walking Dead. I'm sorry. I just keep doing it. You're the reason that I'm watching it. Not because you said to watch it, but because we played Dead of Winter, and I was like, you know what I don't have enough of in my life? Zombies. So that's actually where that whole thing happened from. Okay, done with that. I asked earlier if they were related. Sorry, I'm reading every other comment, maybe. If you're lucky. In chat. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, what am I doing? These power poles suck ass, and I keep forgetting the central thing about them, which is that 2 of the connections are already used because one of them is going in and one of them is going out. Oh boy. Okay. So we removed the other thing. Let's flip this. Our production should be up to like probably around it won't show right now, but it'll be around like 1600. No, 1500 maybe. Now I want a Dead of Winter stream. I'm telling you. Meg, did you hear that? You sleeping? You doing okay? 1 second, chat. All right, gamers. We are going to stream until Elle wakes up from her nap, which, based on how things have been going recently, could be any second. So you've been warned. Stream is going to continue for the next 0 minutes to an hour. We'll see. Okay. So I'm gonna go test it. Oh. Fuck did all this coal go? Did I break that part of the power? Wait a second. Where'd all the coal go? We're gonna see if we can solve these. There it is. We're gonna see if we can solve this power problem in that time period. Okay, so we need to make sure that these get enough coal. That one's red because it doesn't have coal. Then we will go hook it up over there. That will probably still do the same thing as last time, where the fuse will still blow. But if it does, we will. We'll travel to the other coal power and see what happens. See what the issue is over there. My hold, thanks so much for the follow. Infamous Diz says, I found you on YouTube after starting playing Satisfactory myself. Now that I'm caught up on videos, I feel okay about watching you live and not spoiling stuff. Look at that. Love the content. How's the game going for you? How far into Satisfactory are you? Probably in terms of hours, just because, you know, we don't want to spoil each other. But welcome. Super sweet comment. Okay, we've almost got power over there. The minute we do, we will build one of these. Technically, we can do this already. It's also possible I don't think... Yeah. This power is fine. This is its own separate network right now. Why is capacity randomly going up by 75? What the fuck? That's confusing to me. What the hell? If it does break, we'll break down and cry? Probably. Okay, it's got coal. We're going to click this, and then we're going to click on the graph really quickly and see what happens. Fuck. Why am I immediately consuming 1600? That's an even bigger graph than last time. Why is max consumption? I mean, because I'm adding machines, but they're also producing power. Am I still just that far off? Tama, rhetorical question just in case. That's a great point. These are rhetorical questions. Okay, so the good news is we've done 6 on each side. We can do more. I think it makes sense to do 8 and then go see what our problem is. Ouch. Sorry, what I was going to say before that distraction is I think there's a real chance we could do a like board game stream in person. One of my goals, we talked about this already, but like some of my goals for 2024 are to do some different, different types of streams. And one of the positives about Megan's PC that we built for her last year, and the fact that unfortunately she can't use it as much as we would like, is that I now have a PC downstairs that would be like really easy to plug in some stuff to. Wasn't that 2 years ago? I don't know, Evo, you're the detective. You're right, I don't think it was last year. It's really easy to plug some stuff into and then run streams from downstairs through her PC. Just gotta get the tech figured out for it. So like how to get my OBS and everything set up exactly the way I want it from her PC. So, this is such an ugly fucking thing. Fine though. Fine. I think it would be a lot of fun to like go to our kitchen table, set up a board game. Dead of Winter. See if we could talk Autumn into playing. Pretty good to me. Or do karaoke stream. Oh my god, I did forget about karaoke stream. Let me write that down. I'd be so into a board game stream. God, we're becoming such nerds. You say that, you would be into a board game stream. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do a test. Let's do a test. Raise your hand in the chat if you would be into a board game stream. Okay, trick question. Each of you that just raised your hands, you have all now been... You've signed a contract with the devil, meaning that not only are you into a board game stream, that you will sit there and be very fucking patient as we misunderstand the rules, have to reread the rules, and have to set up the board. Each of you that's like, I'd be super into a board game stream, congrats, you played yourself. Now you have to sit there as we read the instructions. I'm nothing if not patient. What kind of games are we talking about? I mean, the big game that I think the hypothetical test case scenario we're talking about right here is just is a game called Dead of Winter, which Megan and I played for the first time last weekend after I got it for her like a year ago. And the game is a, like, I'm going to say the Z word, zombie survival game. Somebody freak out, chat. A zombie survival game. Like colony management kind of type of game. With 1 million pieces on the table. And a lot of rules and a lot of steps in every turn. That's how you know it's a good game, is there's a bunch of steps every turn. Every turn isn't like you play something. It's like you check the colony's waste to see if you have gone over the amount of turns, amount of waste you can hold in the camp without attracting more zombies. Dead of Winter is so good. Carly convinced me to buy it and try it. Same here. Don't we already watch you misunderstand things and have to reset everything? Parentheses, Satisfactory. Mods? Pin it. Pin that message. It's beautiful. So true, so true. I'm kidding. You can change. You can pin whatever message you guys want if you want to do the no backseating one. That's funny to me. The 1, 2, 3. Mark 2, 4. Then this should be Mark 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. That should all work. We play the Stardew Valley board game. I mean, if we could get a board game stream up and running, I think it would be really fun to try other stuff too. Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea. I can't wait to immediately get done with this and then be like, shit, now I'm never touching coal power again because we have this like petroleum system or whatever.
Good evening, Mr. Fix-It.
Oh, that's me. Mr. Fix-It? No, sorry. That's my dad. You can call me father. Just kidding. I don't know. Megan and I also really like Wingspan. Like, I'm sure there's a million board games Megan and I would like. I think that is certainly not the problem. The like rate limiting factor is certainly not. Are there board games good enough that Megan and I would enjoy? Like, oh boy. My understanding of the board game world is mostly that the issue is never are there enough good games. The issue is always like, okay, we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Mark 2. Mark 2, perfect. The issue is always, do we have the time to play it? Do we have the time to set it up? Do we have the time to, you know? Hi, Liquid Darkness. I just realized the podcast. Oh, shit. The camera did move. I was in the wrong screen. How long has that been going on? Whoops. My bad, Catilla. Okay. If this won't do it, what will, chat? We need to go delete the thing so that they have enough power to get water up to the generators, up to the coal power generators. And coal onto the belt. Okay. So eventually this will go up to about production of like 1,200, 1,400-ish. There's a board game called Magic Maze, if you have the right folks. Game is mostly played in silence, but it's chaos the entire time. Interesting. Zalit, thank you for the 3 months, by the way. Arkham Horror. Any other board game recommendations, chat? I'm interested to tackle the streaming. What the fuck is going on here? It's gotta be lack of coal, right? It's gotta be lack of coal. And that's probably just because it's taking its sweet time. Get down here, yeah? Yeah, it's taking its sweet time to get down here. As long as we keep the power rolling, then we'll be fine. Consumption is staying under production by a lot. That's good. Production may dip as we run out of coal, though. I mean, my interest in how do we stream board games is how do we make it the most fun for you? Is it just sitting there staring at the board? You'd have to be able to see stuff pretty well, right? Like Megan and I can read stuff out loud if you need to be able to see something. We show you our hands, production value, you know? We'll see. Got to figure out all that stuff. Okay, no coal on either belt. Which is probably just the issue we're running into on the other one too, right? You have to outproduce the power so that the coal that was on the belt and is being burned to power the miner keeps the belt saturated. That's probably the issue. You'd probably need a table cam. My thought was cam above, yep, table cam, and then like take our dog cam, take this, which is on a movable. It's just a webcam on a little stand, and we could use that for like our faces, for showing you our hand. I don't know. There's also the issue of like, I'd have to use Megan's computer because Megan's microphone picks up the entire like table talk better than my microphone wouldn't work that way, and it's up here too. And I can't fit a board game table in here. There's just not enough room. Absolutely. Reference to board game channels to see how they do it. Yeah. Machi Koro is real fun, but very different vibes. I will say, Megan and I just... Has anybody played the game Monikers? Anybody ever heard of the game Monikers? I just bought it for Megan for her birthday. And it's upon a recommendation that I got, it seems kind of like a... Charades meets Cards Against Humanity, like a very simple party game. Like Charades meets Cards Against Humanity. Like you have a card, it says something on it, you have to get your partner to guess what the card is. First round, guess as many cards as possible. First round, you can say as much as you want, do whatever you need to do to get it across. Second round, you can only use one word to describe what's on the card. Third round, you can't use words at all. You have to do it all with like charade style. Okay, so my problem with this is that I'm sinking a ton of time into... Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just... I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm sinking a ton of time into making sure that this works. I don't need those awesome shop sinks running. They're 100% optional. So I'm going to run over there. I'm going to turn those off. I'm going to deproduce them. I'm going to check on that water right there. Oh, shit. And potentially turn on our biofuel thingy to make sure that's working. To make sure there's water in the other cool pumps. And go from there. Realistically, it is going to be a while until we get, like, we're not going to get fuel power set up immediately, petroleum power, whatever it is. So we should, like, at least have water in them. We should overbuild our power just a little bit because it's not going to be so quick. Has coal, has power, or has water. You actually built the fluid buffers over here. I totally forgot. The other one doesn't even have fluid buffers. The thing we just built. That's interesting. Has coal, has water. Okay. So, I wonder what's happening here. About, like, why this is... Why is my consumption... This is the question that I'm thinking. Why is my consumption directly after I turn on my power for the first time in 5 minutes higher than it was directly before we died? That's gotta be... What is that? That's interesting. What is that? Okay, each one of these dismantled takes... Only 30. That's really... I thought they were going to be big power sinks, and they are not. So why am I spending... That's a rhetorical question, by the way. Why am I spending more power directly after Like, look at this. We're at 1,200 consumption very regularly, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 as our max right here, 1,302. Turn on the power. Here, it just died because we didn't have anything extra. Here, it could potentially be batteries, but I didn't think they worked like that. Our consumption is 1,583. Consumption is 1,663. What's consuming that much? We just removed like 150 by removing 5 awesome sinks, but I thought the way batteries worked were only stores excess. So that doesn't make sense. That's it could be. Could it be the coal? No? Would the coal mines be running? Could the coal mines be paused when we are up and running, but then because power has died and they have continued to feed coal in, maybe that has something to do with it? So all of a sudden the coal mines kick on and they all have to run like buck wild because they have to catch up with their coal? My coal line's full. It's probably not water, right? Because there's water here. I might end up front seating this because I'm confused and I really badly want to understand, and I don't know. And that's the kind of problem that, like, I can't be everywhere in my factory at the same time to determine where it is that I am having the issue, you know? Up over that. Stardew Valley board game is actually really fun. Anyone here play Dead Cells? I got a board game based on the video game. Haven't cracked it open yet. Nice. I'm trying to think if there's any other board games we have that I would really want to play on stream. We have a game that is one of those like social deception games called, I think it's called The Resistance, that I think is really fun. We have a game, every time I forget that I need to put that on. Wingspan, we've had a lot of fun playing. We really like this Hogwarts board game. Hogwarts Battle board game. Megan and I and Autumn and Chelsea have played a shit ton of it. So I'm sure it would be really easy. And I think we still have a little bit left to do on that. So we could definitely invite Autumn and Chelsea over if they're down for a... Why are you still red? Wait a second. What's going on here? Oh, you don't even have power. That's what's going on. You're telling me I never powered this shit up? Embarrassing. Or that one? Hold up. We learned how to do this the other day. Take that. Put it there. Does that not work? Okay, that works. Just differently than I thought it would. Makes it there. This one's already up and running. Cool. You got powered on. You got powered on. Pandemic could be an interesting game. Tabletop simulator with the mods for chaos. I like that. Maximizing chaos. I don't know a thing about Pandemic. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Ticket to Ride. Oh my god. I love Ticket to Ride, and I'm fucking cracked at Ticket to Ride. Imagine playing a deception-based game with Evo. They would suss out everyone. Imagine playing a game where there was an option for you to be the person who stays safe or an option for you to be the person who gets into danger with Evo. Because we all know what Evo would pick. This is really going to fuck my Fixmas situation, ain't it? You and the mod should play Secret Hitler. That would be fun. All right, let's try it. We're just gonna send it. It's probably not going to work. I'm resigning myself to that fact now, and then I'm going to front seat. All right, mods. Or not mods. All right, people. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? All right, front seat question. What is contributing to my consumption being so hot? That one wasn't even huge. Front seat question right here. What is contributing to my consumption? When you throw the switch, every machine draws power before going to sleep if they don't need any. Okay, second front seat question. Why the fuck? Why? Why is the question? Why? Okay, never mind. That's not an actual front seat question. I'm just okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna in my head canon. Here's the thing. Each of these machines is a tiny little dumb computer, and they don't know. They just got shut off randomly. They have to boot up before they realize, oh yeah, what I was doing was sleeping. Boot down. They're all just cutesy little machines. Boot up. Oh yeah, I was sleeping. Boot down. That is a real problem. Let me tell you, that's going to be a real problem. Because that means I have to go over my max consumption. Or just turn some shit off. It might mean that we need to do it in stages. Now that could be interesting. Let's try that. Let's try that actually. I'm also beginning to understand the benefits of a power switch. The easiest thing might actually just be to throw a shit ton of power storage. Oh, the easiest thing by far is just to throw a shit ton of power storage on here, right? We only need it for a moment. I can literally tear this down later. Okay, that's interesting. I'm glad I front-seated it because I think this will work. Each of these holds 100 megawatts, meaning I need to bridge the gap between basically max production at 1,500 all the way up to 2,800. So I need 1,300 megawatts, which is just 13 batteries. However, we might also need to branch it from like 600 because those other machines didn't turn on right there, which was a little weird. So let's go from... I turned that off already. Let's flip this. Should kick on and produce around 1050. 1,200, perfect. We will charge a whole bunch of these. We just need 16 batteries. I like how Shammy had the answer pre-typed. Me too. Yeah, that was funny. Shammy had been waiting on that. Okay. The other thing I need is some goddamn... Okay. Each one of these needs a power line. That's interesting that the solve for this problem... I think this will work. The solve for this problem is going to be so different than the solve for a power problem generally. That's kind of interesting. Like, sorry, to clarify what I'm saying is like, to solve the power problem, we have to up production over, like, generally, over average consumption. And then if you have a little bit of storage, you're good. Nope, from that one we go to here. From that one we go to here. From this one we go to here. And that one's out already, fuck me. But for this problem, it's actually like, to solve the problem of powering up, what we actually need to do, this is so goddamn ugly, by the way, is just store enough to meet a literal moment's demand and then go from there. Like I said, that's interesting to me. Wait, can you connect multiple? Oh my god. Well, interesting. You can just connect them. Like, I don't think... The problem is, I wonder if they'll all charge equally. Store charge. They will. It looks like. They charge equally, which is interesting. Okay, chat. Unfortunately, I think my daughter just woke up, meaning end of stream. Give me 2 seconds to watch. So, should we test it real quick or no? We need a couple more of these, I think. 07s. I'm gonna build like 3 more, and then I think we'll test it. And then if power stays on, you're telling me I can nudge this into place, but I couldn't place it in place? Oh, yes, that makes sense, game. Perfect sense. Man, I like this. This is like a RimWorld battery bank. Okay, so these should all be storing. 0.2. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. Belief in chat if you think this is going to work. Disbelief in you if you think it won't work. Shammy, please don't type because you're going to... If you think it'll work, then I'm fucked. Or if you think it won't work, then I'm fucked. Okay. Everybody but Shammy can guess. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will. This is the end of the Satisfactory stream. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna play again on, what did I say? Friday? Thursday, which is the 14th, 15th, 16th, which is right before the end of Fixmas. There is a chance that I will leave this game running in my free time just so that I can switch, if I can get the factory to work right now, just so that I can switch materials over for Fixmas so that I can start next stream with a piece of research done. Just because otherwise I think we might miss out on Fixmas. In the meantime, please believe. Everybody said disbelief. Fuck me sideways. 2% battery power is going to get us there. Everything turned off. We would have been fine either way. Let's absolutely fucking go. It only maxed out at 1600, which I find funny. 1700. Our max consumption is 2800. So front seat question. Why is it not maxing out at max consumption? If every machine is turning on only to realize that it needs to go to sleep. Front seat question, why is that happening? I might have misunderstood the comment that it's like, it's not every single machine, it's just certain ones, but I didn't think that brief storage was enough. Just machines that were down an item would turn on. Okay. So it wouldn't be every single machine. It wouldn't be max consumption. It's just machines that were down an item. That seems like that would make sense to me. I don't know, but either way, we're still just barely... We are charging, and we are above... which makes sense because we're above consumption. Production's above consumption, but we're still quite a ways below max consumption. Either way, that'll have to be good enough to get us through... through the thing. Okay, she's being quiet. I'm just going to very quickly run over to Fixmas and see what I can do. I hate to play a game off stream, but I may, with Fixmas being so close and us not even having the final research, I may end up having to do that off camera. We'll see. I hate to do that, guys, but... exclamation overlord, you know? I'll be honest, I don't know why that worked. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm not mad that it worked, though. I'm not mad at all that it worked. We're back up and running. We've always got that coal backup power generator. When we're going to go make our petroleum fuel here before too long. God, this game is so much fun. And now we're going to see if we produced enough of the multicolored Fixmas balls to see where we're at here. Thanks for hanging out for stream today, you guys. Here's a question. Answer me this. Did I at least... no, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to let this run in the background. Oh, it just turned on. Duh. It hasn't been producing in the background because the power's been out. Here's my next question. Did I... The way I used those batteries makes sense, right? Like, for some reason, the yellow didn't go over the gray. I was assuming it would, and that then batteries would cover our ass for a second until yellow dropped back down. But I think my understanding of the batteries there was correct, right? That, like, it will only be drained in the moment that yellow goes over gray, and then it'll, assuming that drops off quickly, we should be fine. Maybe we want a summer sloop or power shard this shit. Speaking of power issues. Guys, she might have fallen back asleep. I don't fully understand it myself. No worries. I'm not tested using batteries that way, so I don't know. No worries. Figuring it out together. Output multiplier. All of a sudden, we're making 10 per minute. Should have brought 3. All of a sudden, we're making 20 per minute. We ain't enough gold balls here. Joke's on you. I've got gold balls for days? That's not true. I've got a couple gold balls. I need more red balls to hit the gold balls. Hi, my hold. How's it going? I mean, you can't question mark me because the game called them... The game added blue balls into the game. You know, like... I think this red I have to chuck in here. And I never did that too. Guys, it's like we're an elf. It's like we're like one of Santa's elves working to save Christmas. We have not been producing. Christmas is tomorrow, and the toys aren't ready for the kids. Whoa, wait a second. I never noticed that before. This thing actually like sparks. And look at the power draw. There's an animation for the fact that it's summer slooped and wait, what the fuck? Do you 100% want to finish Fixmas this year as there's a potential issue, but saying the issue is a backseat? I think that's probably what you just got your message deleted for, right, Shammy? Like, I saw the mods delete your message. You know me. I don't want to know that there is a potential issue because that still tells me information. So that's still bad. To me, that's still in the... That was it? That's still in the realm of, like, I appreciate you looking out for me. You're good. You're good. No worries at all. But I would prefer not to know. Here's my question. What the fuck? I can put 2 of these in here? Here's my question before I go. Did I know that I could put 2 of these in here at the same time? Front seat? What's happening? That feels new to me. But it does say 1 out of 2. I'm sure I would have noticed that. Did I research like higher levels of it? I researched higher levels of overclock. Reply hazy. I know that's a good use. Did I know it? I don't know. Did you know it? All right, chat. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Hi, girly. Do you want to say hello into the camera? Or into the microphone? Did you have a good nap? You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Are you going to sit here and help me beat Satisfactory? All right, gamers. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time at stream. Needs copper? Okay, I'm going to have to babysit this on my own time, I think. Off camera. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll make a decision. I'll figure it out. Babysit it while babysitting, am I right? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a good time today. Thanks for tuning into stream. We'll be back tomorrow with Ori and the Blind Forest. Also, goodbye, YouTube, at the same time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks for the fun combos. See ya. Thank you. Bye-bye.